It's a tough topic for sure. So when Lalit reached out and said we're doing something on the sound of color, I didn't know where to begin. But I did a little bit of research. I didn't want to come empty-handed and sound stupid on the mic. I thought I'll do a little bit of research to find out what the sound of color is all about. So as a musician, many a times people have told me, and again to go back to your analogy of Star Wars, you associate things with sound. And I've always told people, if you watch a horror movie on mute, you will never get scared. It's the sound that makes it scary. It's not the visuals that are as scary. But with a combination of sound, and that's the beauty of what music does in terms of evoking certain emotion in you as a person, right? He said the color red resonates with anger, it resonates with love, it resonates with strength. And that's exactly what music does. To a deaf person, sound is color. I'm sorry, to a blind person, sound is color. I mean, if they were to listen to something, they're probably going to try and imagine what the color is. I mean, if someone were to tell them, this is what the color black is, they're never going to be able to imagine. But if they were able to depict it in the sense of color, it probably would bring out a certain amount of emotion in that person. There's a neurological condition that's called synesthesia. I don't know how many of you have heard about synesthesia. But what synesthesia does is it actually fires two neurological responses at the same time. So for an artist who paints in color, there was a capability of certain artists to also hear things when they paint, right? So that is, I would say, a direct correlation to when we talk about the sound of color. To me, if I paint a white streak, like you said, it probably gives you a picture of water, probably gives you a picture of sky, and which is why we also say color-coded, right, in many ways. I mean, there is a direct correlation why certain lighter shades are resonant of, say, the breeze, the sea, the grass, we say cool as a cucumber, and that's green in that sense. So I would say that there is definitely a correlation. As a musician, when we use our softwares to program music, we often color code the different stems in the music to give us a sense of what is a string section, what's a bass section, what's a harmony section, and that's how we decipher. Because otherwise, in composition, especially electronic composition, you have 50 tracks, 60 tracks in large scale, compositions, and you often get lost in terms of what is, a rhythm, or what's a melody, or what's a harmony, or what's a drum, what's a bass, and I would say that's how I look at color and sound together in a nutshell. Yeah.